You don't need to be smart, artistic, or experienced to make your first game. You just need to avoid the trap that kills most beginners. Before I reveal the trap and how you can start learning today, it's important that you first understand what game development actually requires. Because a lot of people, they believe that game development is just about coding. But man, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So you can imagine in a game, there's a lot of things, obviously. You have the sounds, you have the like the choices that the player has to make. You have to market the game, like the games even have to be published. Someone has to make like the marketing, the covers, like everything about the game, like the store page. Someone has to make the art in the game, someone has to make the levels, someone has to like make sure that it's not too hard or it's not too easy. But the thing is, if you are just a normal person right now and you are curious about starting game development, the truth is that you most likely have to start completely by yourself and you have to do everything by yourself. So right now, when you're like considering starting game development, it's very important to understand that game development, it's not just about coding. In game development, you can even be a game developer where your main focus is like art and you just make projects around the art style that you want. Or music, for example, that's going to be a bit harder. But you can like center your games towards being very art, music focused, or like other artistic things that you want to do. You don't just need to be like me that just loves programming. You can do like whatever you want. Game development, it's so free. You can do basically whatever you want. You can make the games that you want to make. You can do whatever you want to make in the game. That's the beauty of game development. You can be so extremely creative. And for someone like me, I've made 3 games. All of them, they're not very art focused. What they are is that they are very like logic focused. So what I enjoy is making the logic in the games and the systems, the mechanics, things like that. So I really enjoy making like movement systems and like enemies, the gameplay, menus, like all the logic behind everything. But I don't really enjoy making art. So that's kind of my like main thing. That's my strength, you can say. Whilst my weakness is going to be on art. So if you are starting game development, you need to figure out what your strengths and your weaknesses is. And you don't need to be awesome at everything to become a game developer, obviously. Because then it wouldn't be possible, because like art and logic, like coding, and that's what I call logic here, are basically 2 completely opposite. Like you are creative versus logic. So obviously you are going to have strengths, you're going to have weaknesses, and that's just how it is, because game development is so many different things. And that's the beauty of it. But there is one thing I'll say which is very important, and that's that you can make a game without music, sure. You can make a game without sound effects, you can make a game without marketing, you can make a game without like level design, you can make a game without all of these other skills, like art even. But there is one thing that you can't make a game without, and that's going to be coding. Coding is the one thing that you need to know to make a game. Like right now you might think, well, I can just use AI and it's going to make the game for me. But the thing is that the AI is not good enough for that yet. And also, if you just make AI games and have like rely on the AI to make your code, the game would just be bad, like no matter how perfect the game would be, because everyone could just make it without any like personality, creativity, anything. And even if the AI was like perfect, you would still need to prompt AI, you would still need to like understand what you would actually ask the AI to do to actually use AI. So even if it becomes like perfect in the future, you need to understand and learn coding right now if you want to become a game developer. Coding is the most critical skills if you are a beginner, but it's also going to be the hardest in a lot of different ways. And the main reason for that is that a lot of people, they have a wrong belief about learning, specifically for coding. But before we can talk about how you can learn coding today, I just want to quickly mention that I have made a program specifically for someone like you that's curious and want to start game development and release their first game in a short period of time. And the program, it's called Smart Indie. It's where I'll walk you through step by step what you're going to do, from installing the game engine all the way through releasing your very first game, all within only 60 days. So if you want to learn more and release your first game, it's going to be the first link in the description. But either way, I'll obviously tell you what you're going to do today if you want to start learning right now. Because the thing I'm going to teach you right now is not going to be the basic like, oh, watch like a lot of tutorials and just follow along and you're going to be good, because that doesn't work. I spent literally years stuck in what we call tutorial hell. which is where you only watch tutorials for your main learning. So it's basically that phase in a game development journey where you only think that tutorials is like the only way to learn. And when you go into the game engine after watching a tutorial, you can't implement anything that you watched in the tutorials. And that's what's going to happen to basically every single one on Earth, because our brain isn't made to like understand the things that's happening when we are just passively watching. So now you might be asking what we're going to do instead then. And well, the opposite of passive learning is going to be active learning. So what we're going to do is to experiment and build inside a game engine. And I say game engine, if you don't know already, that's the program where we make our game. So that's going to be like the software that we're going to use. If you haven't already figured out what game engine you want to use and what games you want to make, then I have a bonus module inside of Smartini, which is all about picking the game engine that's right for you, considering the games that you want to make. But you can also do research online, try to figure out the game engine that you want. This is specifically how you're going to learn. If you understand like the real way you're actually going to learn, you're going to get ahead of 99% of other developers, beginners, because they simply think that tutorials is the best way to learn while they're just stuck. I've been there myself. I spent years stuck thinking tutorials was the best way to learn. I only released my own games and actually learned coding after I did what I'm going to tell you right now. So listen closely. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to watch an introduction video to the game engine of your choice. You don't need to have a game engine figured out right now. Just understand and like absorb the things I'm saying. Maybe write them down or come back to this video once you have like you're ready to take action. But that's the first thing I recommend you do, is that you watch an introduction video where you basically just install the game engine. You install the IDE, which is the program you use to code. It's where you just recognize yourself with the software. You recognize yourself with like very basic coding, but it's actually not going to help you understand the things themselves. So this is only for trying to recognize and like know the development process. It's not going to be to actually understand what's happening in the code. So don't get frustrated if you like cover some basic coding things and you can't remember it, because as I said, tutorials, they don't work to actually understand the things. They only help you with actually recognizing it and just getting familiar. So don't expect to like understand everything that's happening and be able to like replicate it afterwards. But preferably like right after, or like a short period after you watch the introduction video, you're probably going to have like a few like coding lines in the front of your mind that you can actually like write down. So it might be, for example, if you guys did a jumping experiment in the introduction video, you might actually remember like a few lines of code from that jumping experiment. And if you don't, I'm even going to allow you to just look at the code. That's going to be totally fine. It's because that's the only way we're actually going to learn, is to just first have the code, try to like make something from memory, have something that you make from memory, or if you can't do anything, like you're at the step 1, then you can just copy and paste in some code that you did from the introduction video. Then what I want you to do is just break, tweak, experiment with the things inside of those lines of code that you have inside of your IDE right now. So in short, basically just watch the introduction video, figure out like some code that you get from the introduction video, because you're going to like cover some coding concepts inside of the video. That's very common, or you basically always do that. And then with the things that you get inside from the introduction video, I just wanted to break things, change like a few values. Doesn't need to be advanced, just tweak a few things, change a few things, experiment with a few things, try to even write your own lines of code, try to see what they do, because the program, it can kind of guide you throughout the way. So I think you can like figure out something, and it's going to be a lot of fun to just experiment. It might even feel hard, but that's where you don't use AI. This is not like where you like, when you struggle, you immediately just ask AI, like you struggle for 1 second and then you just, oh, ChatGPT, oh, Gemini, oh, don't do that. To actually understand something and be able to actually remember it and use it for future projects and actually become a game developer that knows how to code, you need to have what we call a desirable difficulty, and you need to struggle with the things that you are experimenting with. Because I'm telling you right now, the only way you're going to understand anything is if you struggle with it. You can remember anything in your life. The things that you remember the best are going to be the things that were the hardest, the ones you struggle the most with. It's not going to be the easy things that you learned like 5 years ago in like middle school or whatever, you aren't going to remember anything from that, because it's so like easy for you to just listen to the teacher. It's so easy, the brain has no incentive to remember that, and it's not going to work. But obviously we need to get some new information, so what I wanted to do, this is like the golden rule: struggle with something for 10 to 20 minutes. If you can't figure out the thing that's like the next natural step, within 10 to 20 minutes, I want you to use Google, and I want you to use official documentation. So I want you to just basically Google the answer and try to use the documentation, try to use forums like Reddit, Stack Overflow, use those, and don't use AI, because as we talked about, the AI, it's going to be very easy, so you aren't going to have that same struggle. So when you even get the solution from AI, even if you struggle, the AI solution is going to be so easy that it's like going to take away from the desirable difficulty that we talked about. Because the AI is basically like perfect at giving you the answer for beginner questions. So that's why you want to avoid AI as much as possible for this step. And yeah, that's basically everything I think you need to know right now. I just want to say that this is going to be a very fun journey. You won't regret starting game development, and I encourage you to start watching the introduction video right now, start experimenting, and then struggle with the things and Google the solutions. Don't use AI. That's my little summary, and thank you so much for watching. Hope this helped you a ton. Thank you for watching.